As anybody who's in a long-term relationship will tell you, it's not always, is it, hearts, flowers, and of course petals floating down each time you see that loved one. No, you know, there's the shine that tends to go off. And that's truly now what's happening between the ex-royals known as Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And it's a problem really that Meghan Markle is struggling, I've been told by a very good source, to deal with. And you can understand exactly, because now Prince Harry is, shall we say, striking back as ever. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you as ever. And thank you so much for joining me today. We'll have a wave. Yes, beautiful, lush greenery. I know I keep mentioning this, but I'm so living in fear of when this goes and winter strikes. I know people in Australia laugh at me. I know I can see you sniggering. But it does, I just get so fed up. Is it called SAD where you are? Seasonal Adjustive Disorder? Something like that. SAD, I think it's called. Yes. I think, is it an age thing? What do you mean? Is it? How can it be when you haven't hit 30? What do you mean? How dare you? Back as ever. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? People ask your age, and you just have to try and think, what are Roman numerals? Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. This is a big story, in fact, let me tell you. This is kind of what happens when, one person takes control and suddenly the other person rises up and thinks, you know what, I'm not too happy about this. And according to a very well-placed source who worked alongside Harry and Meghan for a considerable time, Harry is now truly striking back. We saw it, whether you like it or not. He is an underdog, there's no two ways about it, having to do things and face things on his own. I thought it was particularly weak of Meghan to just leave him facing the crowd, as it were, at the coronation of his father. There they had both attacked the family, but it was him that had to face them alone. You could see he was nervous. She's hiding back, of course, in the United States. But according to that well-placed source, there have been lots of arguments, or as they like to call them, slight disagreements, on what they want to do and what they're planning to do moving on. This is really because Harry, whichever way you look at it, as I say, is an underdog. Here's a guy that was forced out to the Beyonce concert. He has no interest in that type of particular music, but went along. But as we all saw, and this is the thing, and this is the problem for Meghan, it was literally written for her in the pictures how bored her husband was. No amount of fake dancing and clicking for when he thought the cameras were on board would help. A couple of days later, he's at the football, happy, gleeful, thrilled, in fact, to be alone, let out. Now, according to that source, he is hitting back, and this is causing quite a few ructions within the house. Now, as you can imagine, Harry is literally living with his wife and his mother-in-law, Doria. 2 against 1, some people might say, allegedly. But now he's finding out exactly who is the man of the house. And when you push it a little bit forward, you have to feel slightly sorry for him, because this does happen in most relationships where one person is incredibly domineering. While Meghan's refusing to do the things that he would like assistance with, traveling over to Europe, attending things like a memorial, that type of thing, maybe the charity events, she doesn't want anything of it. She's moved on with her life. But Harry is useful as and when, picking up awards, being seen in public, gushing. They can deny it each way they want, but they're going down separate lanes. Harry knows it, she knows it, but as ever, it's what Meghan wants, Meghan gets. Seemingly though for Prince Harry, has he told a friend over here in London for how long? As ever, it's a developing story. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.